feeling you by the look of it. See you next time, Bob.
Hi, Joyce. Good to see you back.
Mrs. Pringle, got to sign off. Well, well, well. Look who it is.
You can't blame a girl for trying.
Well, according to the book, she should be in solitary for 24 hours.
Not exactly the act of a reforming governor, is it?
She does have a history of attempted escapes. I mean, I thought she was cheeky enough impersonating Joyce, but then I read about that horse at Brownhurst.
Yes, I saw that. You better show her in. And would you bring Connors to see me? I've asked for her to be left at the security gate.
Right. Tucker, Mrs. Reynolds will see you now.
Thank you, Mr. Jackson. I don't think Tucker will escape with you outside the door. Unless you'd like to impersonate me.
Now the hair'd give me away.
I don't understand you. Surely you knew a foolish scheme like that couldn't possibly work. The only thing you've achieved is to lose more remission.
Gives me longer to dream up one that'll work. Practice makes perfect.
12 escapes in as many months, that's certainly plenty of practice.
Yeah, well, I'll bloody well get it right next time.
You knew she was trying to escape, and all you could do is lie to me.
What do you expect me to do? Lag on it?
Well, if you could lie to my face like that, how the hell do I know you're not lying to me about this other business?
Listen, you came to me offering help, and I told you the truth. You might have been good old Marty at school, but here you're a screw. And mates come a hell of a long way before screws do, every time.
What's the problem here, Mr. Jackson?
I think everything's been sorted out now.
Good. Let's keep it that way. Connors is here.
Show her in. I'm sure we'll find a way of changing her mind. Wait outside.
You're not going to lay it on me because of those two, are you? Fair go.
Connors?
No, I'm not. I could come down very heavily on Tucker, but I think it's time we had some changes here.
I'm listening.
As a first step, I want the women to take more control of their own lives instead of us hounding them all the time, be more responsible for their own actions, and discipline troublemakers.
You mean do your work for you?
No. I want them to prove to me and the department that they can look after themselves, that they deserve the reforms I'm trying to push through.
Fair enough. They are making it harder for the rest of us by pulling crazy stunts like that. We'll clip them round the ear and pull them.
There is to be no physical violence against them.
OK, we'll have a meeting about Brumby and Spike today. Anything else?
That's all. But I repeat, there is to be no violence. If there is, the whole deal's off. Do I have your word?
You've got it.
Thank you. Mrs. Morris?
Wait at the security gate.
Yeah.
Hope it works.
She seems sincere enough.
Let's hope so. Anyway, it's a step in the right direction after everything they've been through during the last few weeks.
Mr. Adams!
What do you want, Maxwell?
A shopping trip now that I'm trustee again?
No, that's all finished. I stuck my head up far enough for you and Ferguson. With Reynolds back, I've almost had it chopped off.
I'm sure Ferguson will be interested to hear you've got cold feet.
And that won't work either. Ferguson just walked out the front gate, and I doubt that she'll be back.
Oh, good. That leaves just you
Wrong.
and me to...
It leaves just you. Now get on with your work.
Spike was lying to me so Brumby could nick the skip, so she's on me list too. And there'll be no more Brumby when I'm finished with her.
Yeah, because she could have got us into a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
What's wrong, Mum?
We got the screws on our back, no thanks to Tucker and Marsh.
Well, I know one screw who may not be bothering us again. Ferguson. I just heard she's left, and I think it's for good. Oh, I Spider's not the only one in here with contacts, you know. I've just heard she's cleared a locker out and left.
Yeah, well, I'll believe it when I see it.
You ripper! Hey, Reyno must have bounced her all around the office. Oh, this place is going to be paradise without the freak. Hey, when you getting the booze in, Maxwell?
Don't worry, I'm working on it.
Well, I'm working on a thirst
All right,
trap.
knock it down a gear, will you, Lurch? Before we party, we've got some work to do. Reyno wants us to sort out Brumby and Spike for their escape.
Us?
Yeah, it's part of the new reforms. We've got to keep each other in line.
Will be a party. Where are the bitches?
In their dorm. We're going to have a trial in the rec room after work period's finished. We've got to figure out a way of punishing them without bashing.
That's going to be a little awkward, isn't it? I mean, you can hardly go preaching to them after escaping yourself.
There's nothing wrong with breaking out. But there is if it causes strife with those of us who were left behind.
Yeah, I could have been blamed for nicking Mrs. P's clothes. I was supposed to be on skip duty and they took off with it.
And I blamed Spider. She's going to love that. Got to teach those Blackmore girls to stop riding off alone or we can kiss those reforms goodbye.
Don't know what you're so fired up about. Didn't pin nothing on you.
You put me in a really bad position, Brumby.
Oh, great. So it's my fault now, is it? At least I had to go get out of here.
I told you it was a crazy idea. Why don't you ever listen to me?
If I listened to every Tom, Dick and Harry who said I had a crazy plan, where'd I be
A hell of a
now?
lot closer to being released.
Oh, right, I get it. You had to tell fibs to Mr. Jackson about where I was, and he didn't like it.
Well, you can't blame him for that.
He didn't pull out on you, did he?
I don't know, but it's all thanks to you if he does.
Listen, we're crims and he's a screw. Even if you did know him before, it all adds up to trouble.
Well, there's one good thing about having him around. He can get me a cell transfer away from you.
What do you want?
You don't want to go wasting all that energy on each other because you're going to need it.
Bugger off, Simpson.
Keep it going, motor mouth. I got my head shoved down the dunny because of you two. Oh, what are you trying to pull now?
Rita reckoned I nicked the skip when all the time it was the two little birdies from Blackmore. Yeah, well, that's your problem.
Oh, no, it's not. They're putting you two on trial straight after work, and when Rita and her do-gooders are finished with you, then it'll be my turn to pay you back. See you there.
Trial? What is this? Kangaroo court. Looks like you and me are on the outer. Well, I'm going to show them that Brumby Tucker can bounce right back.
I don't know what's going on between you and Marsh, but the way she was speaking to you was inexcusable. What's this offer of help she was talking about?
She's innocent, and I'm going to help her prove it.
You haven't been here very long. You've got to learn...
I know what you're going to say. That all the women in this place cry framed or innocent. Well, you're wrong. Margaret's different.
And what can you do? You're a prison officer, not a detective. Do you realise the sort of people you'd be up against?
Well, they couldn't be any more unhelpful than the police or legal aid obviously were.
Just think about it logically for a minute. If she was framed, the people who did it won't take too kindly to you digging up evidence about them. You can't afford to get yourself involved.
Oh, I see. So your attitude's just to forget it ever happened.
Think about it. You're not just putting yourself at risk. If they find out what you're trying to do, you could be putting your career on the line.
All right. You've made your point. But don't go making my decisions for me. Now I've got work to do.
What do you want?
I think you know the answer to that.
Come along easy or we can carry you to the rec room. Take your pick.
I'm sorry, you guys, but you got to face the music. To make it clear to the members of the jury that they're not on trial for trying to escape. It's 'cause you did it on your lonesome. Lurchy could have been thrown in the pound, you got the screws breathing down our necks, and you could have buggered up all the reform.
Yeah, you got a good excuse for escaping. You let all of us in on it.
A good excuse.
Yes, you want to escape, you let us know first.
I had my head shoved down the loo by the top dog because she reckoned I nicked the skip.
Well, that's what all this is about, so sit down,
Like
stupid.
hell. Hannah said that if I didn't nick the skip, then she'd stick her own head down the loo, and it's just been proved I didn't do it.
All right, you made your point. I'll stick by what I said. After the trial. Now, have you got anything to say for yourselves?
Yeah. Yous can all stick your head down the dunny for all I care. Maybe be the closest you'll ever get to escaping. But there's no bloody way any kangaroo court's going to stop me from trying to get out.
What about you?
She said it all.
Yeah, well, I haven't. You two are bad news. You go off half-cocked and get no...